Hey everybody, welcome back to day number 2 of the Rochester Mills Beer Company 12 Days of Milkshake Stouts Seasonal Stout Sampler Pack. Today I am going with something I'm questioning it. I've got faith, lots of faith. Oatmeal Raisin Milkshake Stout. I did some looking up on this and I couldn't find anything of it. A beer advocate score wasn't there, didn't have one, only one review. The Untapped score was 3.53. This is a 16-ounce can. Again, it says proprietary 7-malt blend. Might just be their baseline for their stouts, which I'm completely fine with. Again, another IBU of 20. And this one is 5.5% alcohol. Brewed with milk sugar, so it's going to be a little bit sweet. Oats, raisins, and cocoa nibs. So I should smell all those things. Oats, raisins, and cocoa nibs. Okay, so let's get going. Oh, I smell oatmeal in the can, oatmeal for sure. Very thick, dense head here. I don't feel like I poured that worth of crap, but it's kind of cool. It's got a nice, like, cascading head effect. What's that? Like a mocha cola colored? Is that what you're supposed to say? Cola colored head? That's a 3-finger. It's probably more like a 2-finger head. I probably poured it pretty terribly here. Yeah, I definitely get... I get two major things. I get like an oatmeal. I get a lot of raisin. No, I get a lot of raisin smell. I definitely get the oatmeal smell. That's really the primary. I mean, there might be a little bit of cocoa nib flavor in there, but I'm not really picking it up. Maybe a little bit. It's very overmasked if it is by the other two. So let's. I just want to say. It's midnight in my beer glass. That's for you, both of you who appreciated that one. For those of you familiar with beer sugar, or for those of you familiar with milk sugars, it has a specific taste of sweetness to it. It's a non-fermentable sugar, so you don't worry about things like bottle bombs and re-fermentation. Yet you still get sweetness. This is a very sweet beer. I actually feel like it's very light bodied, very thin. So not a real heavy stout. A lot thinner than yesterday's blueberry pancake for sure. Definitely falling more in line with what I would expect from mouthfeel out of like a Guinness or something. So not a bad thing. I'm not complaining. Just so I get cookie, oatmeal cookie for sure. It's not super strong. It's very light. I think the other flavors bounce between the raisin and the sugars and the sweetness. It's something kind of difficult to put a feel on. But if I was take a drink of this without knowing what it was, I'd have a hard time saying oatmeal raisin. But to be fair, I would probably say that with almost anything you give me to drink. So, who am I to judge? You can see it's very thin bodied. Not a bad thing, but it'll drink fast at 5.5%. Give me 2 or 3 of these, and I'm off to a good start. When I looked at the list, there was 2 on the actual overall list that I thought I'm not really certain how I'm going to like these. So this was one of those 2 was oatmeal raisin. I just didn't know how it was going to play out on my palate. Not a huge fan of that flavor to begin with, so not knocking it, but I knew that I wasn't going to be like gung ho. So the other one was like a mint something stout, and I thought I don't know. I might be a little hesitant on that one. Overall, this is still a very good beer, very well brewed. Like, how can you get mad at something that's motor oil black? I definitely get where they're trying to go with this beer. I think it's good. I think if you're trying to look for a new stout to add into your collection, I think 2 or 3 of these to put down in the evening will do you just right. If I were to put a score on this myself, I would put it about a 6.5, maybe a 6.3, on the lower end of the 6 scale. It's just not my favorite. Holding it up to that beer from yesterday, if we're comparing those two, this one still a good beer, still well brewed, just not my style, not my flavor. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, get out to your store, try to find Rochester Mills the 12 Days of Christmas and grab 1 or 2 of them before they're gone. What's better than around holidays to grab a handful of really good stouts and tell lies to your buddies about all the stuff you've been doing, make you feel better about yourself? That's what the holidays are for, right? Okay, thank you. Try to find some of this beer and give it a try. I also have other beer reviews that I'm doing on the 24 Days of Christmas from the Aldi Advent Calendar. These so far kick the crap out of every one of those beers. Like, this might not be my favorite out of these 12. Still better than probably every beer that I've had out of that Aldi Advent Calendar. Just saying. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. Bottles up and cheers. Thank you.